I'm going with my family.
Damn, y'all married already?
Yo, all right. Anyways, welcome back to
Congrats,
the
Sam.
Run.down post-game show here on the Strickland YouTube channel. If you're listening to this the day after the Strickland Podcast Network, the Knicks beat the brakes off the Brooklyn Nets 121-102. There will not be any complaining tonight. So if you're here for that, I don't know.
We'll
go rewatch another post-game show from before. Before we get into all that, though, all the major pro sports are in action this week with the college football playoffs ready to kick off. BetOnline is your number one destination for all your sports wagering info, including news for pro football, the NBA, upcoming fights, and NHL games this season. Head to the website today to get into the action and see all the updated odds for the week. Remember to use promo code BLEAV, that's BLEAV, to receive a 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. BetOnline, where the game starts. Really good game from the Knicks, taking care of business versus a team that, you know, they should be, and that's always a good thing for the Knicks. You never want to see them in these dogfights with these teams. But yeah, I mean, straight out the gate, I think Julius Randle, Hartenstein, and DiVincenzo really set the tone. DiVincenzo hitting open threes, Hartenstein on the glass. You know, the guys getting out into transition. We really don't get transition points all that often. And I feel like we had a lot more today. I feel like at one point we had 20 plus transition points.
We had a lot. I stopped counting after a while.
Yeah. But it's always good to see the Knicks get out into transition because easier baskets is better for the offense. But yeah, I just thought those three guys, I guess we can start with those three and then branch off from the rest there. I mean, we had a good game from Quickly, we had good games from Josh Hart. We even had Taj Gibson cameo for about 13 minutes. So, you know, all the good stuff in the Knicks blowout. So yeah, where do you guys want to start? Tyrese, where do you want to start when you want to start with your favorite player?
No, I mean, in general, you said they set the tone, and the tone was that because it was on demon time from Tip. I had to use the lights. Aside from that, I mean, yeah. Aside from that, I mean, not much to complain about this game. I think DiVincenzo was arguably their best player tonight. I know that Rando had a really efficient game in the paint once again. But the way that DiVincenzo kind of just blew it open in the third, I tweeted it at some point. I'm like, they set up the tripod and had rose petals on the bed and took a honey pack, and that's kind of how this game went because they just got slotted out. And a lot of that was just DiVincenzo. Once again, hitting 5 threes. He smoked the layup, but he still went 3 of 5 from 2-point range, which is like
you know how he smoked it? It's because he tried to do a normal left-handed layup instead of trying to do his inside fucking backwards right-hand layup.
I think the Knicks had a record for backwards layups tonight. I don't know why. It was
IQ had this insane one that went in.
Dude, when he put that up, I was like, "Are you fucking good shot?"
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, but otherwise, just really solid game from DiVincenzo. Really setting the tone. A valued member of the program. 23 points in 22 minutes is a good night at the office for our resident white boy. Of course, Julius, 3-time All-Star, Julius Randle. The agenda thrives, lives, keeps on breathing. I wish he would hit a 3 though. It's been bad. He's gonna be below 30% after this game, which is no bueno. But otherwise, I mean, 9 of 16 from 2-point range, 8 of 9 from the free throw line. Good numbers all around. I think he tried to be more active as a passer than I think I've seen him in recent memory. He's been a decent passer, but I feel like he actively tried to get RJ involved and look for DiVincenzo. He had a couple of behind the back passes, one that Taj fumbled and another one that I think Hartenstein was able to capitalize on. But really solid game from him. Just kind of really ho-hum production at this point. It's I expect him to have a baseline of confidence now with this new shot chart that he's had, and he's been giving it every night. So it's good to see that from him. And then Hartenstein, like you said, 10 rebounds, 5 offensive rebounds, made Nick Claxton look pedestrian. He always looks pedestrian, though. I think there was a conversation at one point about Nick Claxton versus Mitch Robinson, and he's not even better than the backup center in New York. So those can hopefully go to die. But yeah, good game all around. No complaints.
Yeah. I mean, that was just a dominant victory. That's really all you could say. Like they even had like 5-minute stretches in each half where they were trolling, and the closest that that's got, I think, was like
4,
right? Yeah. So they never even had the ball back with the chance to take the lead or anything. That was just an impressive victory all around. I thought DiVincenzo was awesome to start the game. I thought Randall, DiVincenzo, and Hartenstein really set the tone right from the jump. And look, RJ Barrett deserves a lot of credit. I thought his defense on Mikal Bridges was awesome tonight. Like he pretty much had him covered anytime Mikal put it on the floor. Obviously, it helped that Mikal also just didn't make any fucking open shots. But like, I don't remember any of those open shots generally being like, oh well, RJ fucked up a rotation. There was like one I can remember, and it was just kind of a tough one in transition. But aside from that, I just thought he played really well. And defensively, offensively, some weird stuff in transition from him and some weird post up things. But like, you know, it's like if the defense is that good, you're going to be fine with that. Obviously, you would love to see him get his 3-point shooting back. And you've got to think, like, he's shooting the ball so well right now from the free throw line that it's kind of hard to believe that the 3-point percentage won't get back to something more reasonable than it's been lately. But, like, yeah, that's clearly just a struggle right now. But, yeah, I just wanted to shout him out because I thought his defense was really, really good, like Jordan DeBub mentioned here in the comments. So, yeah, that was again, like, there's really nobody. I thought Grimes was, like, drunk or something in the first half. And then the second half, he was good. So everybody contributed positively in this game. Even Taj, who looked like he needed like fucking
an IV bag.
Yeah, like an IV bag, an oxygen tank, fucking who knows, like a shot of Henny or something. I don't know. So he needed to wake the fuck up.
He needed to stop running from the Brooklyn Bridge in the morning.
Yeah. One of the great lies ever told. Yeah, it's so quiet in New York City at 7 a.m. running across the Brooklyn Bridge.
I'm sorry, that's like such an outrageous lie, and for what? Like, what did you gain from it?
That's like up there with the LeBron, like, oh yeah, I looked at my boys and I said 70.
Suggs. I
said
Suggs. Yeah, but I don't know.
That one, I forgot about that one. That might actually be better than the Kobe one. The Suggs one might be better than the Kobe one because it's so ridiculous. But yeah, look, everybody in this game contributed, and Randall. Look, I'm gonna just stay on this because ultimately, like, everything we're seeing from him right now is great, and this feels like the best, most sustainable version of Julius that we've seen so far in his time in New York, for sure, since he randomly decided to become an all-NBA level player. But like, it's going to obviously come down to how it translates in the playoffs. But forgetting that, you know, like, I'm totally guilty of this, but like, forgetting what the long-term kind of like goal is and what we're trying to figure out with him and the team and all that stuff, just judging him as a regular season player, right? Like, this version of him is the best 82 game version of him. I don't even think it's close. Like, he hasn't even been particularly efficient, and it almost like, it's like because he's just playing so strong inside, like it just doesn't even matter that he's not making threes, and he's draining his free throws right now. He's in a good zone there. So I don't even know what his percentage is, but it's probably up to like his career average at this point.
On the season?
Yeah.
I think it's at 75%.
Okay, so he's like right around his career average already.
74.
Right?
74.
Yeah. So he's right. He's getting there. But this is just like, I mean, tonight was a joke for him. Like, anytime he wanted to go to the bucket and score, he got to the bucket and scored. There was that possession where he made Mikal Bridges look like his absolute, yes, correct. And even Wally on the broadcast is like, yeah, Mikal is just looking over to the sideline saying, I can't do anything there. Like,
Shrugging his shoulders.
Yeah, it's just, dude, that was an incredible, just like, again, I don't even, this isn't even close to me in terms of as good as the Lakers performance, but like it didn't need to be, and he didn't force it at all. Like he was really, really comfortable today. Brunson had this weird stretch in the third quarter, and even when he came back into the fourth, where he was just like, I need to prove that I can score Nick Claxton. And I'm like, well, what if you just don't do that? What if you don't? But
Villanova.
he was fine. You could definitely see him and Hart. I don't think it's a coincidence how much like DiVincenzo and Hart were fucking like ready to go from the jump. Like as soon as both those guys, whenever they got in the game, they were like, it was ridiculous watching how hard they were playing. Brunson's defense tonight, watch some of his stuff fighting over screens. There were stretches of the game where he was on Bridges. He did a good job.
Everybody did a good job on Bridges tonight. Shit.
The rim did also a very good job on Bridges. But yeah, like again, Hartenstein was awesome. Quickly, first half, I felt like he was scoring well, but it just felt like very disjointed, that group. Second half, I thought he was fantastic. I thought he was really, really good. Obviously, it helps when you make shots, but his defense was really good tonight throughout. And then, like again, even Taj, really, there's really nothing bad to say about this game. And even, like, I tweeted it, but Tibbs even got to troll everybody. He got to complete his troll and play Josh Hart at the 5 for, like, a minute and a half in the fourth quarter, which was hilarious. Like, we legit had a lineup. I think it was Hart, Grimes, Quickly, Brunson, and it wasn't RJ. Was it Deuce? I don't remember who it was, but it was definitely another small. Yeah, it might have been. I don't know who it was, but it was probably DiVincenzo, right? That's where it was. Yeah. So Quickly, DiVincenzo, Brunson, Grimes, Hart. Like, that was definitely the lineup for a minute and a half. And I was like, this is like he was smiling in the fourth quarter when he got the call that like they made the right call when Quickly got fouled. He was look, I get it. It looked like they knew exactly what the Nets game plan was. They looked prepared the whole game. And that's all you can really ask for. I mean, they played super fucking well. They played really hard. They finished the road trip now. 3-2? Honestly, should have been 4-1, but it happens.
Easily been 5-0.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. That Clippers.
I forgot about that game. I kind of went from memory.
Yeah, well, we know your head's not in the game anymore, Sam. So
alrighty.
Congratulations to Sam once again.
Never mind.
It's been a great day for the Strickland, Jeff on SNY. Sam is happily married. Like
I'm not married. What the hell?
I
just think it's fucked up he didn't invite us.
I didn't get married. That's insane.
I would have gotten a flight, dog.
No, right. Anyways, let's get back to basketball. Yeah, I mean, usually we have something to complain about by now, but we don't have anything to complain about because there was a beatdown of a inferior team. I mean,
one thing to complain about, those fucking jerseys the Nets had on. Those are some whack ass jerseys. I'm sorry. Like, what were they thinking? Like, why would you? Sam typed it up for you. The big parlay is accurate as hell.
What happened?
Chris Bernhardt's comment.
All right. That's insane.
That's real.
That's insane. The court. I actually didn't think the court was.
No, the court was solid. The jersey.
Yeah, I like the bubble B in the middle. That was cool.
Yeah, but like I don't know what they would think. The bubble nets just make no sense on it. If it was like a regular font nets with it, it might have been better. But like,
it's a collab with Cause, so I kind of understand what the concept was there.
Yeah, but like I need Cause to stop making jerseys and just make figures.
And collaborations with Uniqlo.
True.
Shout out those t-shirts. All right, let's go through some of these comments then. Let's see. Wow. No, my class did not make those jerseys.
Damn, Chris, what happened?
So this is from Billy Reinhart, forgetting all of his other stupid tweets.
Great account.
Yeah, really good Nets account. Definitely follow him. But Bridges is now 30 of 94, 32% across the last 6 games for Brooklyn. Bridges is as big of a reason as any for the Nets' recent 1-5 slide. I mean, yeah, this is like Julius level shit. We're like the starting like that the start of the season for Julius. That's like those are the percentages, right? And I guess they just don't have the supporting cast that Julius does to make up for it. Unfortunately, that sucks. Must be tough.
What happened to the great Cam Thomas?
I mean, yeah, he just does nothing but shoot. So,
and somehow, some way, he had like fucking 20 points on 18 shots and hit 4
the emptiest, most pointless 20 points you'll ever see.
Yeah, he 20 in 5 game. You're just like, okay.
Yeah, it just didn't. Who cares, right? Like, it just felt like anytime they actually decided, like, okay, no, we need to get some stops here, that was that. And it was, look, aside from that weird stretch at the start of the second quarter where like the defense wasn't great, but also they were just making all kinds of fucking bullshit from 3. And then a stretch kind of like towards after they built the lead up 20 in the third quarter, they basically just controlled this game. I mean, they Tyrese explained earlier exactly what they did. So
yeah, very explicitly.
I'm just gonna keep it if it's.
Also, what the hell is with us getting all these flopping technicals? I feel like we're the only team that gets them.
Did you see Josh Hart was grittying with him too?
Yeah, he tried to.
But yeah, it was a very old man. It was like that was like, I tried to gritty.
Yeah,
that was like me. Like, hey kids, what's up? Look at
hello,
me,
fellow youths.
Do you want to see my van? Like,
Jesus. But yeah, IQ hitting gritty after darting the Nets and the bullshit tech was hilarious. Yeah, I the funniest thing is him. Like, it was bullshit because he wasn't complaining for a foul, and 2, he didn't know. Like, he literally
he was celebrating. He was like chest pumping with.
They had to tell him. Like, Hart,
I
think Hart had to tell him. Hart had to be like when they were doing the gritty thing. I think Hart was like, hey,
"Yo, you just got to tech."
That might have been his. I think that might be his first tech. That has to be his first tech.
Yeah,
and it's not even like a real tech.
Yeah, because IQ is not like yelling at people or cursing anybody out. He's
like
yelling scriptures at them.
Yeah, he's like, what the Lord says.
Oh man, I love this comment here.
Second tech.
Second.
He got a tech in 2021 against the Heat.
That was a rough year. I understand.
I want to know what that was. Or maybe I feel like that's probably some bullshit like delay a game one or something.
Or maybe like some taunting one where he was like pointing to someone's bench or some shit. You know how they are.
They don't even give a tech for that. That's like the one.
Depends.
That's like the one taunt you're allowed to get away with is pointing at another team's bench because they the refs are over there hearing all that bullshit people are saying on the bench.
So Tron Carter, he says, should Mitch come off the bench when he comes back? Heart really changes the complexion of our offense. It really got me rethinking where Mitch fits with us long term.
Jeez, we do this every year.
No, I'm not gonna lie. I don't think this is insane.
Oh wow.
I don't think it's that insane. Like, Randall's percentages when Mitch is off the floor are way better. I think Brunson's are too.
There's a level of spacing that he does provide. It's not shooting spacing, but it's like the passing. I
think he is like Mitch is a great elite, obviously offensive rebounder, probably the best one in the league. But he's not like timing his offensive rebounds. He just kind of like rolls up in there and is like, yeah, and he's just like, I'm here, like figure it out. Hartenstein is much better at timing it, so the paint is less clogged when he's in there. I do think that the ball movement he offers that lineup is pretty fucking valuable because we know that starting group has a tendency and a habit of being very stagnant. Mitch isn't a driving cause of that, but he definitely contributes to it because he doesn't like he can't pass the ball, right? He's not gonna like do like I know that the one in and out dribble that he hits every 3 weeks or whatever is cool, but like he's not really doing much with the ball. And I think that this is not crazy. Like, do I realistically, to be very clear, I don't particularly care if they like if Tibbs, obviously if Mitch comes back, he's just like, nope, Mitch is starting. I'm not going to be like, holy shit, how could they do this? But like, I do think it's something to consider. And I do agree that like, I have had thoughts about this too with like, I think Mitch has clearly established himself as, one of like the top 10 centers in the league. Is that just a fair number to put out there?
Yeah, easily.
But like I do wonder, especially after watching that Miami Heat series, where look, I thought it was a little bit excessive the way people were talking about like, oh, like he got fucking like played off the floor in the series or something. Like none of the numbers really bear that out or whatever. But like I know that obviously he didn't provide the same impact as an offensive rebounder as he did against Cleveland. That being said, like that Cleveland series also matters. Like that is a data point, and he won us that series in a lot of ways. So I'm not sure if you want to say like Hart needs to start, but I do think there is a real case for like the Knicks really probably need to keep Isaiah Hartenstein this offseason at any reasonable cost because he gives them something that Mitch just doesn't have, and he'll never have. Just like Mitch offers things that Isaiah Hartenstein will never have. So I wouldn't say that like I totally agree with the whole like got me thinking where Mitch fits with us long term, but I do think that like look, we have to see Hartenstein against more teams. Like he's gonna get a long stretch of starts here. Like let's see how it looks. We know coming in for 1 or 2 starts is a different thing, but let's see how it looks because if he plays really well, then I think that is informative, especially because like there's no way to deny that the offense is humming and the ball is moving and they're getting out in transition. I think they can play faster without him because I think Hartenstein is more capable of getting up and down the floor. But look, like if you're talking about, oh man, we have to like move Mitch, I don't think that needs to be a concern right now. I do think it's something like maybe you weigh in the back of your head, right? Like, hey, like maybe there will be a point in time where the ceiling of what this can be with Mitch is, it is what it is. And we need to get a more diverse all around center, but I'm not really worried about that now. And, I think that's not really where my focus would be in terms of like pushing the baseline of this team higher at this moment in time.
Fair. Yeah, I mean, I do understand what Hart does change about the offense, but like that's the good thing about having these multiple centers that have these different skill sets is that it offers you these opportunities to have different looks into going into different matchups. So what Hart has versus one team will work better, versus that team. Well, it won't work as well versus another team. And, I think the playoffs kind of showed that. And, I think as we go throughout the season, we'll see when Mitch comes back, certain matchups are going to look much better for us than they have previously without him. So let's see what else we have here. Jordan Bubby says, we may see a complete version of RJ soon, very soon. And now the question will be a flash in the pan, or will he be here to stay? And Tyrese finds this very amusing.
He's had a good 5 quarters.
I mean, I don't even think it's. See, I actually don't. Like, I think all your criticism, RJ, in terms of like his offense and all that stuff is pretty valid. But like, his defense has been fine this year, and it's actually been flat out good at times. Like, I mean, I thought he was legit good tonight. I mean, he say whatever you want about Mikal Bridges, that he put him, he kept him in padlocks. Like, look, obviously the rebounding with him at his size, you're kind of like, what's going on here? The passing still, there were several times tonight where I was just like, Jesus Christ, like some of the stuff in transition where you just all of a sudden you're like, why can't you? I mean, he just has these strange bouts of like, why are you like not athletic right now? Like, why can't you jump? Why can't you like? Why are you getting like? I mean, that take he had in the first half with Trendon Watford at the rim, I was just like, what the fuck was that? But like, look, is there a trade to be made this season? Like, there's the only guy that hasn't even been mentioned as a possibility right now that I have any interest in is Lauri Markkanen. The rest of this shit, I don't give a fuck about. I don't give a shit about fucking OG Anunoby. I sure as shit don't give a fuck about the team killer, Zach LaVine. I don't give a
Alex
shit.
Caruso.
Yeah, like I mean, Alex Caruso's fine. Like I like him, but what's the trade here? Like they're gonna trade Caruso for RJ? Like I don't see why they would do that. If I'm them, like and right now they fucking kicked ass again tonight. They're playing great right now without the franchise killer over there, the franchise murderer,
Who
Zach
everyone
LaVine.
wants us to trade for, or a lot of
Yeah.
people want us to trade for. It's insane.
That's
actually.
gotta be. That's like you're trying to trade him to the Lakers. I mean, like that's a good way to convince the Lakers that he's probably not as good as you think.
Yeah, right. You guys see how good we were without him? You guys should definitely take this guy off our hands. But like, no, I just like I don't think it like each game doesn't need to be and I'm guilty of this as anybody, but like each game shouldn't be a referendum on player X or player Y or whoever. Like RJ Barrett did some good stuff tonight. There was some bad stuff offensively. That's kind of been like, I think the tale of his season so far. But like until, again, if there's real, and I do think there's something to this Lauri Markkanen thing, by the way. Like, I don't think that story comes out unless there's some genuine like interest from Utah to maybe see what's out there for him. I think they're worried about the fact that he's definitely hitting unrestricted free agency, and they're maybe not sure they want to go 5-year max on him, and they're going to have to go 5-year max on him to keep him because he's definitely 100% going to get a fucking max in 2 years when he hits unrestricted free agency. If anybody wants to know, he's not going to extend because his contract is super low and he's clearly outperforming it. And like, I don't think that story gets out there unless there's a reason for it. And then I also feel like he had that fucking sit down with Amick like the day after where he was like, oh yeah, no, I want to stay in Utah forever, but I know it's a business and I've been traded before. Like I was like, okay, dude, this is a real strong fucking denial. And also Ainge hasn't, I haven't seen any Tony Jones fucking bald ass loser article being like, no, their Jazz have absolutely zero interest in trading Lauri Markkanen because Danny Ainge told me that after I licked his butthole. Like I haven't seen that article come out yet. So, I think there's something there. And like, that's honestly the only fucking name I've seen as far as like people that might be moved, this season, off season, whatever, that I'm genuinely like, okay, now that, okay, like that actually interests me. But aside from that, I'm just kind of like, I don't know, man. I don't want to give up RJ and picks for OG Anunoby. I don't want to give up RJ and picks for like fucking Zach LaVine. No, like I just don't see it with these other. Yeah, I don't see like how any of those moves actually move the needle for us. Markkanen is different to me in a lot of ways. I don't want to get into that too much right now. Listen to Pot Strickland on Friday. But like, yeah, I don't know. I think RJ is playing fine. I'm not going to sit here and act like he's dominating. I also don't think he's necessarily like submarining us. He has games and stretches where you're like, he'll drive you nuts, and he has games and stretches where he's good. But I do think like just playing solid defense, it gives him a much higher baseline than last year, which, we've talked about endlessly. We don't need to belabor the point, but like really felt like a complete fucking disaster for him in so many ways.
Yeah, last year was kind of a rock bottom, and this year it's like he's been a neutral. And at some points he's been more of a positive than a negative this season. That road trip did not do him any favors, but I think he's been able to give you a baseline of defense, size, and the ability to like have a motor, even when he does have like his brain farts. So that makes him a significantly better player. And if the shot is able to come back around, then the Knicks have something there.
And I think like part of the reason that RJ is like, you've seen a pickup in his defensive effort, and I think you've seen this with like these guys. I don't doubt for a second. I don't know if you guys heard DiVincenzo's post game, but he was talking about how like everybody's like competing for each other. This team gets along, blah blah blah. Right? He's talking about like basically like kumbaya. We're all fucking sitting around the campfire, roasting marshmallows and singing fucking camp songs. Like, yeah, everything is hunky dory, right? I don't doubt that, but I also think all these dudes want to fucking play. So like RJ, like last year, RJ kind of like yes, towards the end of the year, I think he started getting the message of like, hey, bud, if you're not going to give a shit on defense tonight and your offense is just bad, like you're not closing this game because we don't really need you to. We have other options. And I think that's been driven home now even more so with DiVincenzo, right? And so, like, you see this, like, DiVincenzo barely played that Lakers game, right? Where did he play, like 10 minutes or 12 minutes or some shit? He didn't play much in that game. Probably like 14 minutes, I would guess. 14, 15 minutes. Like, he came out tonight, and, like, sure, maybe some of it was, like, playing against McCall, but he came out like a fucking, I mean, that was ridiculous how hard he was playing. Some of the rebounds he got to start this game were nuts. It was like
8, right?
Yeah, it was. I don't. But he had like 3 in the first 2 minutes of the game, and I was just like, Jesus Christ, dude! Did you like? How much fucking cocaine did you do before this game? Like, good lord, because he was
just because he's Italian doesn't mean he does cocaine.
Is that a thing? Like, is that a stereotype of Italians? I didn't know that.
Isn't that like the whole point of Godfather?
No. What the? Go watch the Godfather.
I've never watched it.
Jesus,
okay.
Just stop talking. But like that was terrible. If you're gonna stereotype, at least get it right, Tyrese. Jesus,
sorry,
be better. But yeah, I just think there's something to like internal competition driving some of this stuff, and obviously we saw slippage there for like those 4 or 5 games, even before Mitch went out. Right, to be honest, like that Milwaukee game, the Boston game, that was before Mitch got hurt. But like you can see it. I think these guys get it. Like, hey, buddy, like there's 2 sacred cows on this team kind of, and they ain't none of you. So if you want your minutes, you better come in and you better have it. And like, sure, there are some downsides to that, which I think we're seeing a little bit with Quentin Grimes, but I do think the upside is the guys that respond to that. And I do think that you're getting maybe some value out of that from guys like RJ, DiVincenzo, Quick, Hart, whatever. Like, I'm not saying that all these guys need a constant kick up their ass, but it doesn't hurt, right?
Does not.
Chris Bernhard, the stereotype of Italians, as one myself, is Gabagool, Tony Soprano, and Michael Corleone. Correct. And this is from JK. Tyrese is thinking Scarface Al Pacino, yes, who is Cuban. And look, I know that if based on his accent in that movie, you may not be able to tell, but he is Cuban in the movie. One of the worst accents, but also it's Al Pacino, so who cares?
Okay, I guess I have to watch. I'll finally watch The Godfather at some point.
Yes, I don't know. You probably won't be able to get through it because your generation has like broken brains. You can't sit through 3-hour movies.
Yeah, I have ADHD.
Yeah. Jordan Bubb, Nets had 3 Hall of Famers a couple years ago, accomplished absolutely nothing, and now there are practice dummies. Life comes at you fast. Yeah, we've just been smoking them since the trade. 3 games and none of them have been close.
Absolute schlackings. And like
the first couple games video. The Kendrick Perkins.
And the first couple games were just like Jalen Brunson using these guys as practice cones, and now today it was Julius Randle using these guys as
training dummies.
Yeah. Oh man, tough life to be a Nets fan. Couldn't be me though.
Imagine having to trade for Donovan Mitchell to save for a franchise. Couldn't be my franchise for real. Cam Thomas is taking 19 shots a game for your team. How deep in the pits are you?
All trolling aside, like I don't think their position is that bad, but it's like kind of feels like a season where you're just like, all right, you guys are gonna be hovering for like the final, like hopefully they're probably hoping, okay, hopefully we can compete for that 6th seed, but realistically, I think they're a play-in team, which honestly is actually better than I thought they would even be this year. But like they basically want to trade for Mitchell because I feel like they desperately know that they need an offensive centerpiece, and they have no way to do it in the draft right now, right? Because they don't control their draft until like 2027 or some shit like that, right? So it's like they've got to find somebody that's worth like, hey, okay, now we at least have this guy, and we don't need to depend on Mikal Bridges to like score 25 a game or whatever the fuck that he's been doing. And I get that, but I mean, it does suck. I mean, I'm happy we're not in their position. Those picks at least they got are probably going to be really good. Like those Phoenix ones, probably be great.
Yeah, they could be.
That Dallas one might be good, but those are so far in the future. It's hard to like I get that they could be appealing in trade, but they'll be appealing if you're like, yeah, that's cool that those might be awesome, but I have to wait so long for them. So I'm gonna need a couple more too. And yeah, it's just hard to look. I mean, one thing that is amazing though, the Knicks have, as like stupidly as they've been mismanaged over many years, they quite never gave away the future of the franchise multiple times the way the Nets have, which is incredible to me. I don't even get that, but yeah.
They were like, run it back after the KG Paul Pierce shit.
Yeah, but like they have made out.
I agree with this.
That's real. That's real. That's real. You know, like I try. That's all I can do.
That's all we all can do.
Like I'm sorry. I'm trying my best.
This is from Vivek Danya. Sean Marks got 9 lives.
Dude, I don't know how Sean Marks keeps surviving.
I forgot he's still there.
Like
That's
it's
crazy.
Sean Marks and Sam Presti are like the definitions of white mediocrity because they could be absolute dog water at what they do, and like one thing breaks right, and all of a sudden they're like, oh my god, best GM in the league. And it's like Sean Marks, what has he done besides create a second round exit?
Well, the entire point is like, and I agree. Like, I think Presti's clearly better than Marks, but I think he is one of the best GMs in the league. But like, people act like he never fucks up, and I'm like, no, you can't draft 3 Hall of Famers, 3 MVPs, 3 guys
back to back,
yeah, back to back, and not win shit. And then everybody's like, oh no, it's fine because fucking reasons. Like, that's bullshit. I'm sorry, you draft those 3 guys back to back, and you come away with dick. You come away with 1 fucking finals appearance in which you got your back blown out. Like, get the fuck out of here. No way. Like, that's garbage. He look, let's be real about this whole fucking, oh my god, this next generation rebuild that everybody's fucking creaming their pants over. Like, he got lucky that Paul George asked out. That's it. That's what happened, because he had no intention of rebuilding. He had no intention of trading Russell Westbrook. He had no intention of breaking that team up. He was trying to still compete with and around Russell Westbrook. Paul George asked out, and I think he was like, damn, that's awesome. This is great. And because of the fact that, the Clippers had to do, like, they had to get, Paul George, because that was the only way they were going to get Kawhi too, he got everything he wanted. I have no idea if he really thought SGA was going to become this level of player. Did he pass on SGA in that draft? No, they were probably still good then, right? So they wouldn't have been in the lottery. But like, he got lucky, and that's okay. But like, yeah, you can tell me, oh my god, look at, they drafted Chet Holmgren and they drafted Jalen Williams. Chet Holmgren was like a no-brainer 3rd overall pick. I'm sorry, I'm not giving you fucking credit for that. And the Jalen Williams pick, absolutely, you get a ton of credit for it because what is he, 12th pick or something?
And even then, I think some people thought that it was a little bit of a reach. I think, right?
Yeah. So like that one, you get. Look at the rest of his fucking draft record since this next generation rebuild is big. Hey, you want to know who gave us the Emmanuel Quickley pick? You guys want to know? You want to guess?
Oklahoma City.
Yeah. You want to know who traded away the Jaden McDaniels pick? Guess who?
Oklahoma City.
Yeah. And they did all this to move up for fucking Alexei Pokashevsky, who is a fucking meme. Who is a fucking meme? Like, not a basketball player. He's a fucking meme.
He's a long neck and 7 feet of wasted talent.
Like, it's I think the Presti stuff is ridiculous. He's drafted like what? He drafted fucking, who's that loser they traded 3 protected first for? Fucking guy that's playing on the floor.
Yeah, Jang.
Usman Jang. Yeah. Let me know when let me know when the FBI fucking locates his whereabouts, because he's been fucking MIA for a while. Trey Mann. Is he there, or is he in the G League? I don't know. Let me know.
He's like riding the bench. I mean, like just going through their picks the last couple of years. Like, yeah, it's Pokashevsky, Giddey, Mann, Jeremiah Robinson Earl's not even on the team anymore.
Where did he sign anywhere? Rockets?
Nope. He signed NOLA.
Oh, okay.
Chet Holmgren, Jalen Williams, like that 2022 draft is saving their ass. Because otherwise, they haven't had a legitimate rotation player come out of.
Yeah, and we'll see. Like Kayson Wallace, I like him, but I don't know what he is yet. He did manage
hyper efficient.
He also drafted an accused pedophile, so there's that. So he's got that going for him.
Nice.
There's another good point that Larry brought up. He also passed on Şengün. Yep, they
That
traded.
would have been a great fit
Yeah,
in this
and
lineup.
yeah, he got 3 picks for Şengün. Who gives a shit? Şengün's fucking awesome right now. And he's right. Yeah, Şengün might have been an okay fit in this lineup. Yeah, it'd be fucking awesome in that lineup. So, yeah, look, I'm not. I think obviously, like you look at the overall process, and sure, yeah, it's great. Let's see what he does now. He's got all these picks, right? He can trade for whoever he wants. That's what we've been hearing the last couple of years. Oh, when OKC wants to make a move, like they can get whoever they want. Okay, let's fucking see it then. Let's fucking see it. Let's see if this fucking loser has balls anymore. Because the
He's
last
also
time,
gonna have to trade Jalen Williams at some point. Like,
yeah. Why do you say that?
Or what? Look, one of them is gonna have to get traded at some point because like, there's gonna be too much money. There's gonna be too much money. Huh?
One of those big 3 guys you're saying?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, SG is locked in. Chet and Jalen. Chet's like what 2 years? He won't get access even if he gets an extension after his junior year or his junior year. Jesus, after his 3rd year, that won't hit their books until what 2026. So like they still got time, and we'll see what the cap is. Who knows? But like, I just think it's what like. There's a difference.
I think if they trade for a star, like you're gonna have to get off for one of those guys.
Yeah, but you got a couple years though. Even if you're right, you'd still have a few years. But like, I'm just saying, like, let's just see. Okay, you run the market because of all these awesome next level moves you made to acquire a bunch of picks. By the way, you want to talk about the Knicks protected first suck? Go aside from those Clippers picks, they got fucking nothing. Those picks are not good that they have. So
I mean, like Sixers picks, Nuggets picks.
Yeah.
Just think off the top of my head, like Sixers picks and Nuggets picks. Yeah, they have a ton of capital though, like a ton. Just like going through it now.
Yeah, they have a ton, but I'm saying like those protected picks are, and it's like, okay, is the point? Everybody's just like, oh, well, the Knicks can't compete with them. Okay, well, like, what is the point here? Like the Knicks couldn't. Okay, so what team is? So isn't the whole point that nobody can compete with them? Like that on the trade market? Like, so why is it just that the Knicks need to worry about this? No other team needs to worry about it? I don't know. I think that, like, and again, like,
the Knicks are the only team that needs a star, Schwinn. Come on, you know this.
Yeah. Yeah. So there you go. Yeah, this is the Schwinn. This is great. I didn't realize everybody here is we're all in the same boat here. Just fuck Sam Presti. This is Chris Bernard. He traded the Brandon Clark pick to Memphis. Schwinn, you're like this. In 2017, he drafted Terrence Ferguson, who, yeah, he was fucking awful. He could have had Jarrett Allen, OG Kuzma, or Derek White, and also Josh Hart, correct? So, yes. I think this is an interesting question. This from JK. Are the Bulls, like, officially good now? I think yes.
Because they benched Levine.
Yeah.
Officially. They said, I saw a report today, actually, that says that he might still remain with the team after the trade deadline.
Yeah, that's called, oh, no, we don't want to get rid of him, even though we've been playing the best basketball we've played all season.
Or it's, oh, no, we can't find any actual value for him.
There's going to be no value for him. There's a one-team race, and it's the Lakers.
But they also, like, them, like, literally, they're 7-3 now, I think, since he missed. And they've won some legit games. Like, they beat the Bucks. They beat the Sixers in Philly.
Did they beat Miami?
Yes, they beat Miami. They fucking smoked the Lakers today, like twice. Like, they went up, 20 in the first half. Lakers made a comeback. Then they were like, okay, well, I guess we're gonna do it again. And then, like, they put them in the blender again. And yeah, like that. These are legit wins. Like, they look good. Kobe White looks awesome. I don't know how long this 3-point shooting is going to be. Like, what, is he really this good of a 3-point shooter? Will teams adjust to things they're doing? Yeah, maybe. But, like, they look good. And also, like, they're getting so much more out of Vucevic now because of this Levine thing. Because Kobe White, it does this cool thing where when they run a pick and roll. Yeah, like when they run a pick and roll and Vucevic pops and he's wide open. He's like, oh, that looks like an easy pass that I could make right now.
Yeah,
insane when you play the game of basketball the right way.
I think
Levine could learn a thing or two.
They're going to trade him. Like,
true. Zach?
Levine. Yeah, they're going to trade Levine, but also, like, again, I really don't think he has market right now. That contract is disgusting, and it's like watching your team win like this without you
versus actual good basketball teams.
Yeah,
when you lost to the Pistons with him, dropping 51.
That was so funny. I remember I woke up the next day and I was like, wait, didn't they get like smoked in that game too?
Yes.
They lost by like 15. And I remember I was like, wait.
Being one of the Pistons' one wins or one of their 2 wins is kind of insane when you think about it in that context. Like, Zach LaVine has to be ashamed of himself.
Again, in a game where you dropped 51, you got smoked by the Pistons, who can't win a game right now. Like, that's a horrible look for that team. That's a horrible look for him. So, like, who the hell wants him? Like, essentially, you heard a bunch of teams leaking. Yeah, we don't want him. And the only smoke you're hearing from is the Lakers, and that's because of clutch and the fact that they need offense. So.
Jacques Vaughn needs to get fucking real. Jordan Bub says, I'm not sure I'm going to buy into that one. Nets coach Jacques Vaughn asked whether the tables have turned and the Knicks now have their way with the Nets.
Wait, what's going on?
Oh, shit. The New York Knicks have applied to the NBA for disabled player exception.
Oh, my God.
As the franchise projects center Mitch Robinson will miss the rest of the season, sources tell The Athletic.
Wow.
Development as Robinson had ankle surgery last week. Yeah, I mean, I definitely think I hear Lauri Markkanen and Kelly Olynyk's music playing.
Yeah, the Knicks are going to make a trade. Oh, shit.
I honestly, this changes a lot, though, because, one, you basically, like, have to keep Hartenstein this summer.
Yeah.
And I just don't know, like, look, I wouldn't have done it, but you could have, like, justified, like, oh, we got to trade quick to go get, like, OG Anunoby or whatever. Like, I don't think you can't really, like, trade quick to go get a backup center. You know what I mean? Like, that can't be a thing. I don't know. I just don't. I don't see like a major move happening then during this season. For them, probably do need to get a center though. I wonder they got a $7.8 million exception. I don't know what the fuck the center free agent market is. It is worth noting that the new CBA hasn't fully kicked in yet, so buyout guys that become available, they could still like good buyout guys might become available, right? Because under the new CBA, it's like if you get bought out on anything more than a vet min contract, you can't actually sign after the trade deadline or something like that. That doesn't apply this year, though. So if there's somebody, a good center on a bad team that's overpaid, maybe they get bought out, and then the Knicks have that $7.8 million exception for that.
Who are some candidates for that, though?
I mean, if they're going to get $7.8 million, first of all, are they going to be able to duck the luxury tax with it, or is it just like out of his salary at X?
No. It that counts onto your cap, so they would still be hard capped. So they can only use whatever it is, like 4.2 or 4.3 of it. I mean, this honestly just makes it so much harder for them to make trades in season. So yeah,
unless they're trading him.
Yeah, I have a tough time. That's Jesus, cold-blooded over here.
I mean, shit. We might be there, dog.
I love you, Mitch, but
see you, old friend.
Is that absolutely some like Danny Ainge shit? Like old Yeller?
Could Mitch come back for the playoffs? I don't know. I mean, the way
if they're saying the season ending, then no.
They said we'll miss the rest of the season. It doesn't make any mention of like could be back for the playoffs. Look, we'll have to see. So yeah.
Wow. Another season where Mitch misses a good chunk of it.
Who did the surgery? Who fucked it up?
They probably found out it was worse than it was. Is probably what it was.
Yeah.
I'm emotional right now. I'm sorry.
Damn.
I think centers always become available though in the buyout market. You know why? Because nobody actually wants to trade a lot of capital for a center, even though they're super valuable. Like the only centers that get traded for a lot of capital are basically like stars. And
they Marcus Cousins come on down.
Wow.
You think Tibbs and Boogie could actually be hilarious?
I want it. It'd be a buddy comedy, and I want it.
Bro, there's no way Taj Gibson is for real gonna get. He's like this dude is actually getting serious. He has to get serious minutes right now. Do you know how insane that is?
We are back in 2021
Yep.
all over again.
Are we, okay. Let's see. Let's see who's. Do we want Christian Wood?
No.
Ew.
Look, he sucks, but
He's a body.
exactly. Like he's better than Taj right now, and he's better than Jericho Sims, which is like that's really what you're talking about, right? Like just somebody who's functional. Like
Yeah,
he's functional, and he'll give you and he'll give you some big games off the bench. Like, look, he'll probably give it all up on defense too, but like,
oh hell yeah,
yeah, like that's a body. I mean, he'd definitely be better than Taj and Sims right now. That's for sure. Gafford,
Wenyen
is another guy. No.
I'm just thinking about big dudes.
I think Gafford is legit. This one's pretty funny.
Bring Rudy Gay back home.
That reunion.
Fournette. The Celtics actually need as much bodies as they have.
Wait. Nerlens Noel.
No.
Hell no.
Nathaniel Huda said, "Anyone but Wiseman, please." Fucking trade for Bobo. No, I'm swell.
That guy is obsessed with fashion instead of basketball, so I'm good.
Blake Griffin. Just keep naming names until I get somebody that we all agree with.
Can it not be somebody that's like retired?
We're on the verge of it.
Yeah. Didn't Blake Griffin officially retire anyway, or did I make that up?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, well that's
he might as well.
Wait, bring back Isaiah Roby.
Isaiah Roby.
I don't know.
Wendell Carter Jr. They're not going to trade assets to get him.
Yeah, I don't see that one. There's Larry Israel. I'm telling you, check out Duop Reith on Portland. I've actually seen him. He's pretty decent, but why would they trade him? Like they suck. And
Kai Jones.
He was the 52nd. Oh, Kai Jones.
The crackhead.
Wait. Eric Pascal. Let's go Villanova. Oh, Morris Pillman.
Oh hell no. That obese motherfucker.
Look, this is where like you got this Evan Fournier contract. You have all these protected picks and shit. See what's out there. Maybe you can get Wendell Carter Jr. for all I know. I mean, I don't think Orlando would trade him.
Evan Fournier Orlando reunion. Yeah. Let's go.
I don't think that they would trade Wendell Carter Jr. in the middle of the season where they clearly look like
competing. Yeah,
they're playing the I'm Coming Home music.
Imagine.
He's back.
That'll be the worst use of that video ever.
Okay, I mean, like just looking across the league.
Yeah, Larry's right. Yeah, he is 28. I was thinking about the other guy that had an article written about him today, Tumani Kamara. Is that his name?
Yeah.
Yeah, I get those mixed up. Good call. Yeah, if he's available for something, maybe. I mean, I don't mind that. That would be
DeAndre
fine.
Ayton. How do we feel about dominating? Remember they were floating it out.
Do you think the Hornets would trade fucking what's his name? Nick Richards.
I can see it. Do we want Jonas Valanciunas?
I would love Jonas actually, but I don't think.
How plausible is that?
Yeah, the Pelicans aren't going to trade him.
All right, I'm just going to keep throwing out names, man. John Collins.
Oh hell no! You want me to jump off the George Washington?
Can you run? At least you have to run from Manhattan to the Brooklyn Bridge, and then you can show.
Dog, John Collins, brother. You thought Josh had to fucking put some promo out for him to be into the All-Star game? They're ridiculous. Like out of all your players, you pick John Collins to promo for the All-Star game. All right, guys.
Do we want Robin Lopez? How do we feel about Rolo coming back?
I'm always cool with Rolo. But
yes, Rolo's good.
The guy's I think he's just here for the vibes and wrestling mascots now.
And that's
so,
okay.
Looking at Nick Richards, see, they extended him, right?
I can check.
Yeah, they gave him, but it's not an expensive contract. So he's basically on $5 million a year each year for the next 3. So if you sent them like Deuce and some bullshit or whatever, you just Deuce basically, and then fucking give them one of the fake protected first that aren't going to convey. I mean, I don't even think you need to do that, right? You give them like 2 seconds, 3 seconds or something, call it a day. that Jazz second round pick for this year, maybe. I think that probably gets it done. His on-off splits aren't great, but I don't really know what to make of anything on that team.
Last year he was a positive at least. Like
yeah, last year was a positive. I'm looking up his shit on dunks and threes. EPN actually thinks he's pretty okay. They have him 55th percentile offense, 72nd percentile defense, 62nd percentile overall. So like, not bad. Seems like he's a good rebounder. 91st percentile offensive rebound, 90th percentile defensive rebound, 94th percentile in blocks. So it seems like a pretty good rim protector. 99th percentile true shooting, 98th percentile EFG. He's actually a pretty decent free throw shooter, 82.4%. So I don't know. I think that's a guy that, and we know that Quick and him are boys. So let's use that advantage.
I mean, yeah, I think we should just get wild with it.
Kentucky Knicks back again?
Yeah, I mean Jacob Toppin is reviving. He's
doing something. He's doing something.
In the G League.
He's being a Toppin on the Knicks.
I mean,
yeah, I mean, who else is out there centers wise? Didn't the Grizzlies just let go someone, or that guy's too fat?
Oh, wait, any player they acquire via trade with the DPE has to be an expiring contract, and the exception can only be used on one player.
Right, but they don't need to use the DPE. Like, they're giving themselves the option of having the designated player exception.
Okay. Well, yeah, that makes sense. So, yeah, I think, they probably use 48 salary more than anything.
That, or like, look, let's be real. Deuce doesn't have a future here. Why the fuck would Deuce stay? Right? Like, so you send him to Charlotte. I don't know. Find some fucking
Daquan Jeffries.
Yeah, send some of these fucking salaries out. Cobble together what you need. Throw him a few seconds. Get Nick Richards. I'm down with that. Let's make it happen. Call it in. Make me and Tyrese the GM.
For real. Oh, you don't want me to see me as GM. RJ Barrett would be out tonight. We are getting him. Goga's
actually pretty good, but I don't see the Magic letting go of him either.
Well, he's starting now, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, you know who would be interesting? I don't think he's been playing much this year for the Pacers. Isaiah Jackson.
He's been playing a lot more recently because Jalen Smith got hurt.
So I guess, but do they actually like Jalen? Didn't they pay Jalen Smith?
I think so, but yeah, he usually gets their backup center minutes when he's healthy. Isaiah Jackson doesn't play though.
He might be.
I'm talking about Jalen Smith. They have to
re-sign him. They liked Isaiah Jackson in that draft, if I remember.
Yeah.
No, I think they thought they liked him because he went to Kentucky and he was CAA, and it was the weird.
But he's been pretty productive in the minutes that I've seen, at least.
You know what? There's also a Indiana Pacers big man that we can have a reunion with.
Stop.
And we do have a trade exception.
Stop.
That conveniently fits his salary. All I'm saying is, if we wanted to bring him back,
it wouldn't be the worst. So happy right now. What is that? Yeah, let's just trade. So what? So you can shit on him?
Dog.
What? Is that what you think of me? That's crazy.
Tyrese just wants more punching bags on the team for his jokes.
Yeah. They always hit us. Wait, can we get Andre Drummond with the Bulls blowing up?
You know, they're not going to. Like they literally, their front office 100% has no interest in blowing it up, and they're playing well right now. So it's like.
So they sent Zach LaVine home.
You remember when like the beat was talking about Andre Drummond getting like a 3-year deal from us? Could we get cap space? Let's make it happen.
I still think I still like the Kelly Olynyk idea, man. Because he's experienced. He is an expiring contract. I'm almost positive.
Spaces the floor, adds playmaking.
It gives you something that you don't have otherwise. I don't know. I don't really.
Another look offensively.
Yeah.
J-Ron Sharp.
Dude, let me tell you something. Compared to fucking Nick Claxton tonight, he looked like Hakeem Olajuwon. What the hell was that Nick Claxton performance? That was awful. Good God.
Well, he's awful. So.
I mean, every time the Nets, look, I had this guy Lucas Kaplan on Strick and Roll last week, and he was great. But like the way he's talking about Nick Claxton, I was just like, man, I just never see it. I never see that when we play them. Like, I just don't. He's a good switch defender, and then other than that, I'm just kind of like, okay, like that's cool, I guess.
Where's this Nick Claxton of legend that you speak of?
Where's the rest of it? Where is that happening? I would like to see it.
Who'd be the Dante Exmo centers?
Wiseman, wouldn't it? It would be Wiseman.
But he's talking about somebody that's in Europe. You know who would be pretty interesting? I don't think they do it. I don't even know if he'd come over. I think he's getting paid very handsomely over there.
Kemba Walker.
Yeah, right. Mirotic. Mirotic would be interesting.
Oh man, I remember when he was on the Pelicans.
Yeah,
Can we play him against Bobby Portis?
Yes.
Is that safe?
He's played some small ball 5 too. So
Dario Saric. We could get Dario Saric.
Yeah, I'm assuming this is about Nick Claxton. He did not look like he wanted to be there. I agree. That was like a very.
You want to play against that mixed menace known as Isaiah Hartenstein? I wouldn't want to do that either.
Oh man.
Also, how much money is Isaiah Hartenstein going to get? He's about to play. I mean, like the Knicks can offer him up to like $16 million, and that probably gets him. But like, damn, they're probably going to use like all of their early bird rights to get him.
Who else? I mean, someone just. Oh, never mind.
I just can't. I don't know if a trade's gonna have like maybe for multiple players, but like a one-to-one trade, I can't see happening. Do we want to trade for Draymond Green and his issues? Buyer's letter. Jesus.
Oh my god, I didn't see some of these names here.
Norvell Pell, yeah. What's Kuzmiskis doing? I'm just thinking about big dudes. I'm tired of they call it 2023. Hey man, and it's 2023, man. We still making these jokes.
Let's go get Serge Ibaka from overseas. He's playing for some team out there.
Probably, actually. What is
He's
JaVale McGee doing? JaVale
McGee's on the Kings.
Never mind. Oh, he's playing for FC Bayern. Okay.
Serge Ibaka, yeah.
Do we want to go get Jonathan Isaac?
Yeah. The Knicks have about. They're hard capped at something like 172.
Yeah, 172.3.
Yeah, and I think their total salary at this point is 162. What do I have this right? Is it 162.5?
Should be. Yeah. I'll double check to make sure, but
it might be more now because they signed Todd, right?
Yes, it should be too much more. So like say like around 164 max.
So they had like 8 something. Yeah, I don't know. This is tough.
Yeah, I think what right now it's yeah, 162. 162.
So they have what, like 10 million? Something?
Yeah, 10 million for the apron. But they could also I think they would make a trade before you try to hit the apron because I don't think they want to hit the tax. So
yeah, so that's the problem, right? You're gonna hit the tax. And once you hit the tax, then you have to deal with like the clock starts. Yeah, repeat tax.
And there's no way they're gonna do that. So they're gonna use 40 year salary, if anything. Or Deuce or like the combination of like Deuce and Daquan or 48 before using that exception. That exception is just for like just in case. They want to make any more wholesale moves.
I'm trying to find this. I know that I had a tweet regarding the hard cap at some point.
Sean is going through his drafts, ladies and gentlemen. On air.
Yeah, so Knicks are hard capped. I don't know. I don't really want to deal with this right now. It's a lot of math.
Also from Cats, yes, if the NBA grants the DPE to a team, that player can still return if he gets better ahead of schedule. But the league's doctors, not the Knicks, are the ones who determine Robinson is more likely than not out until June 15th or later. So, like, yeah, he's probably just going to be done for the season.
Wow. It sucks because like we thought there was a chance that they said he was gonna. Well, there was a chance he was gonna be back like what in like 2-3 months or something.
Yeah. Yep.
And then just to find out that he's gonna be out for the season again. What is this like the second time in 4
seasons.
years?
Yeah.
Sheesh. Oh, what about one of the Hernan Gomez guys? Bring him over from overseas.
Do we want to go get what's Kurt Thomas doing right now?
All right.
Sheed? We can bring Sheed.
That guy was like literally on his like fumes the last time.
He won us that game in Utah, man.
That was Kurt Thomas.
I said Kurt Thomas.
But you said Sheed. I said when Sheed
was
last
I
year.
thought you were still talking about Kurt Thomas, my bad.
No, Sheed. When Sheed was here, like he was on his fumes, man.
Okay, but he gave us that moment, and that's all we needed.
Whiteside, anyone?
Omar Yurtseven.
He's actually.
Can we? Let's all make fun of Omar, who where have you been? Fucking under a rock for the last 20 minutes? Wait, Mitch out for the rest of the season? Yes, that's why we're all fucking freaking out after the Knicks fucking just destroyed Brooklyn tonight. JaVale,
and we were talking about
enough.
there's nothing negative to talk about.
Yeah, enough, JaVale.
We jinxed it. We jinxed
all right, so this is if you move Deuce and Fournier for Laurie and Olynyk, the Knicks just squeak under the 172 hard cap. I mean,
in the tax.
Call it in. Yeah, but you go into the tax for Laurie.
Okay, fair. Fair.
But I have a feeling that's
a lot of white guys on this team, by the way.
Yeah, that makes me feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, but Laurie's European. Laurie's European. That doesn't count. That's different.
We went from the New York Knicks to the Staten Island Knicks. I don't know. We got an Italian. We got a Finnish dude.
Everybody in the team has a PBA card.
Yes. We got Kelly Olynyk looks like he would probably be a registered Republican. I don't know.
Yeah, that's
and then somebody in the team is low-key a Republican anyway. So it's also 100% Julius, by the way. But
oh my god.
Nassau County Knicks. Hey, chill on Nassau County. Chill on Nassau County.
But yeah, I mean, even if you do this Deuce and Fournier thing, you're probably gonna have to attach 5 picks or some shit.
They have
with Danny Ainge.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, you're not getting him for that. They're gonna be give us. They're gonna. We don't want Fournier to probably give us RJ whatever.
They're gonna want Grimes or some shit.
It just makes a lot of moves a lot harder to do now. So, but look, you can get Olynyk. Olynyk is gettable in and of himself. So for getting the Laurie piece,
Fournier and the Jazz second, and I'm pretty sure you hit Olynyk.
Olynyk's contract. Let me just see.
It's $14 million.
Is it expiring though? It is, right?
Yeah, it's $12 million, and it's right here for me. Yep.
Yeah, so you basically just need to, and you can just be tell the Utah to chuck in whatever fucking asset they whatever contract.
They can absorb it. They can absorb it trade.
Yeah, but they're not going to do that. You kidding me?
I mean,
we'll pay $6 million more for no fucking reason. Nobody's.
It's Kelly Olynyk, and they get a couple seconds. It's fine.
Yeah, so just be, and I'm sure they have another expiring contract they don't give a shit about, man. You got to get the number closer, is all I'm saying.
All right, we'll take Bryce Sensabaugh so me and Press can be happy.
Shout out to the Utah Jazz, though, for hitting the over tonight. Good job.
Also, shout out to the Utah Jazz for that Ed Davis trade. Ed Davis, we can bring back Ed Davis. There we go. Once a Knick, always a Knick. Ed Davis.
Looking at Utah's books, Olynyk's at 12.1 expiring. I mean, you could do the Taylor Horton Tucker thing, those two.
If I have to watch Taylor Horton Tucker,
he's not going to play. He's not going to play. He's just an expiring contract.
Still,
get you sometimes. He cooked us though. Shit.
You don't even talk about that. They have Luke Samanic.
Yeah,
Lucas Samanic. Yeah.
Bring him back. Once a Knick, always a Knick. Yeah, just do that. Great. We figured it out. Yeah, no, I mean, look, I think Olynyk's one of the best guys out there. And I was thinking, he would be somebody interesting to look at anyways. Did Porzingis just get hurt?
Oh, shocker.
Okay. No, I think he landed. Somebody was in his landing area. He's walking right now, a little gingerly. But yeah, Olynyk's the guy that I think makes the most sense for this. Heard Eddie Curry's looking lean these days. Yeah, he might be on lean these days.
Kelly
So
Olynyk is slashing 50, 40, 90, by the way.
Hawkeye 420. It is finally my time to shine. Freak Kenny Wooten.
Oh my god.
Dog, is that guy even still playing basketball? Is he even still playing basketball?
Yeah, maybe for like the Harlem Globetrotters or something. Yeah, I don't know. This sucks. I'm not gonna lie, definitely sucks. But who knows? Look, this is also why you don't just like make random trades to make trades, so that when shit pops up, you have the ability to actually make pivots. And the Knicks needed that, and they're getting it. Obviously, very unfortunate for Mitch, but it is what it is, and it just really sucks because he's missed a lot of time. Wait, this is his second season or his third? No, his second season injury, right?
Yeah.
That sucks.
Kylo Quinn.
Bring him back.
That dude just in fucking Queen somewhere chilling.
He's at
remember when Knicks fans used to make a big deal out of his passing?
He was awesome. He was a great passer. Why are you hating? Bring back my buckets while we're at it.
Shit, those two had a synergy.
They should bring back buckets.
Maybe we can trade for Zach Collins. He's so good.
Isn't it? I think he's low-key been hooping, but I have to check the stats. Never mind.
Hooping?
Never mind.
What's he been hooping?
Never mind. He's shooting
crack?
31%. I think.
Wow. The Spurs are such a funny team, bro. The way they miss Wemby on so many look plays. It's like, are you guys playing blind basketball?
And Pop refuses to play Trey Jones. He's just like, no, we don't.
I don't need to play my only player that can make an entry pass.
How do you think I feel, dude? I have to watch this team.
Nobody cares about how you feel, Tyrese.
God. It's like, you mad? Like, dude, having to watch the team in person stinks. It's like horrible basketball.
The funniest thing was when Wemby went up for that lob, and he was like,
just to show them.
He faked putting it in. He was like, let me show you guys what it looks like when I catch a lob.
Please don't say this. Get Wiseman for a second. Fucking dude,
Why?
Do you want
trying to burn a second?
Do you want Tibbs to like literally
kill someone?
Yeah, like kill someone. Can he kill himself during the fucking game watching James Wiseman? Chris Bernard wants to throw the fire.
Tibbs would say some shit like we haven't seen since like Rosa Parks.
He would say a slur. He would say a slur. He'd say a slur.
Like he would say.
Would you play for Isaiah Stewart?
Isn't he ass?
I don't think he's ass. I just think they're asking. They keep playing him at the 4.
Shit,
he's on the 4.
I mean, he's shooting 37% from 3. There might be a little beef in that shit, Stu. I don't know.
And that actually might matter more at the 5 than at the 4, where for some reason they've decided he has to play the 4.
What's his contract?
God damn, a front line of him and fucking Julius.
I think it's like he legitimately makes money.
Two big black guys just charging at you.
Damn. What you got against black guys being big, bro?
Nothing. I'm just saying that's a scary sight for some
That's
people.
called the D line. That's just Dexter Lawrence that came on them. No, why you have a problem with it?
Maybe we can sign Dexter Lawrence to play center. Just fucking stand in the middle of the paint, fucking blow up dudes.
The greatest nose tackle I've ever seen in my own 2 eyes. I'll tell you that much.
Play some winning ball. I'm sure you'd be happy for that.
Wait, make sure Joakim Noah was like officially retired. That's true.
Jerk him? No.
Dog, I'd be wild, and even that's crazy for me.
Okay.
Sign Miles Garrett. He could.
Look, realistically, I just think that the Fournier thing is gonna. This is like the reason you kept that contract, right? Is to give yourself options. You have options. Like
That's why you didn't trade for Dougie McBuckets, dog. Like any contract of Mike Muscala. Actually, where is Mike Muscala playing, man?
I think either in Washington or he's somewhere.
Oh, never mind, that's racist. Can't do it. He's playing in Washington. Jeez.
I think so.
Yeah, he's playing in Washington. He's shooting 27% from three, but he like barely gets any minutes.
Ew.
He barely gets any minutes, and Boston had him like. Boston had him.
Gallo reunion, anyone? They play him at the 5.
I'm looking up Danilo Gallinari's stats. Oh,
The problem with the Stewart thing though is he's on 4 years, $64 million. There's no way they want to commit to that.
Yeah, like they're gonna need to get a guy who's like realistically a backup.
It's Olynyk. It's Olynyk. There's really nothing. Like I genuinely just don't even think it's that hard to figure out.
I think it's Olynyk or Nick Richards. I think that's kind of where I'm at.
Yeah, I would love Nick Richards. I actually think he like if they're just want to stick with like these are the centers, like this is how we play.
This archetype of center.
Yeah, Nick Richards is the best one. I also think like I don't know the Hornets don't even know what the fuck they're doing. So like you probably could get him for a decent price. I don't know. Don't they have like 7,000 centers anyway?
I think it's just.
I mean, they got Duran. Yeah, Duran.
Wait, who are we talking about? Hornets or the Pistons?
They got Mark Williams. Obviously, he's out right now.
Yeah, Mark Williams, Nick Richards.
I think that's pretty much.
Yeah, they don't really have a lot of centers.
Yeah, that's it.
We could go get Marvin Bagley.
Oh hell no!
All right.
I mean, as a backup,
maybe Thibs could do something that Monty isn't.
Yeah, like coach. Yeah, I think that he might do that.
Okay,
I think it's Olynyk though, right? It just makes sense. Like he's an expiring contract. Probably won't run you too much. Even though it's Ainge, I seriously don't think you're gonna get like you're gonna give him like 2 seconds. Be like, hey, here's your fucking stupid ass pick back.
Yeah, they're probably Fournier and RJ for Olynyk and Markkinen and like 5 picks.
I mean, the math doesn't even work there, but okay.
I actually think it might.
It does not.
Never mind, I'm crazy. Never mind.
You'd need to take on the Taylor Horn Tucker contract then.
Okay.
Which is fine.
I'll take a Taylor Horn Tucker. It gives us a good point.
I don't know. I think there's a chance Markkinen gets traded in season. But there's obviously like a decent chance maybe just close out the year and if they were gonna trade him, they just do it in the summer. But the Olynyk thing is like, I mean, they're really just gonna let him walk. You know, they're like if some team is just like, hey, we'll give you a couple seconds. Like that, their own second round pick they can get back is probably one of the best assets they would get offered for him, and they would be self-sabotaging themselves, right? Because Olynyk actually like plays for them, and they'd probably like, yeah, but it's okay if we actually suck. So let's get rid of this guy.
Andre Drummond is really going to be a Knick in like a week or two. It's going to make me sick.
I don't understand why anybody thinks this. Drummond is playing legit minutes for them, and they're good again. Like I don't see the Drummond thing, man. He's played in every game this year, I think. Yeah, he's played in every game this year. Why would they? They're not going to trade.
Terry just wants to see the world burn.
I just want to see some shit that makes me laugh.
I think people are just anchoring this stuff based on like the fact that they were a joke 3 weeks ago, and then since Zach LaVine got hurt allegedly, they've been
trade fever.
Yeah, don't ever say that again.
Trade fever. We need to buy it, dog. Just like trade fever.
But yeah, like I think he's actually been a fucking net positive for them this year. He has a plus 2.8 on off.
Detroit pick. We upgrade from seconds to the Detroit pick.
I don't see the Drummond thing. I'm gonna be they don't want to suck, and he actually plays minutes for them. So what is their motivation to that trade? They don't have one. They don't even have a fucking. It's not like they have some third center sitting around that they're like, oh, we really love this guy.
Dude, they're gonna sign Nerlens Noel, and we're all gonna like be complaining. By the way,
Dude, the fucking Celtics are just smoking the Kings right now. Jesus.
With no Tatum, sheesh.
What does that say about Jason Tatum? You know,
gotta trade him.
Sorry, if I have to hear about how this guy doesn't have enough help this year, I might lose it.
I mean, they're gonna lose to the Bucks, so
lose to the Knicks. Once we get Kelly Olynyk up in here.
Kelly
Kelly
Olynyk
Olynyk revenge game versus the Celtics in the
revenge
playoffs.
series.
Sign me up. Sign me up. Those Celtics fans would lose their mind getting killed by a white guy.
They might call him slurs. It might be that bad.
Bro, they had to be losing it when Dante was killing them the other day. From 3, that game, until we started losing.
Yeah. Stephen A. Smith trade for Cat. Why?
Did he actually say that?
He's probably going to.
I mean, yeah. Like it's a good thing that he definitely.
Whenever he finds out about this news in like 2 weeks.
Oh my God, Mitchell Robinson! This is why I hate Leon Rose. Like what?
It's like, dude, get off your drugs.
Stay off the weed.
Get on the weed. That's what it means.
Oh, I agree with this comment right here by Alka for 20. How we get such a nice win and then get devastating news like that? Only in New York sports, man. This is Eric Adams' fault. Mayor curse is real. Eric Adams is the fucking worst. So I agree.
That quote the other day was something, man.
Wait, what quote was that?
About like, this is the only city where you could like wake up and have a fucking plane hit the building or whatever.
Wait, what did he say?
You didn't see that?
No.
Yeah.
What?
He's insane.
Yeah.
Don't hire him in for real. Like, come on.
This is not
I'll read it right now. This is what he said. This is a place where every day you wake up, you could experience everything from a plane crashing into our trade center to a person who's celebrating a new business that's open. This is a very, very complicated city, and that's why it's the greatest city on the globe. Like, what?
What the fuck?
That's y'all mayor, bro.
Who does he think he is? Who does he think he is? Sean McDermott?
Bro, that was the most insane quote ever. What the hell?
I mean, it could be worse. You could have Governor Abbott running your fucking state. So,
bro, I can't believe he said that.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's Olynyk for me. I don't really. I think it's the obvious one.
Schwinn loves white guys.
Yep, that's me. The guy who loves every white shooter in every draft.
Their success rate is like 100%. By the way, Sam Merrill just had a game tonight. We're back up.
This is probably true. This is from Big Chino. Low key, when Mitch made that emotional post, he already knew, but Knicks PR is so shady with injury info. They probably withheld that news. Some Floki, that McDermott comment was wild. Hey, you got to make fun of your own team sometimes. Keep coaching well, though. Let's get to these playoffs, baby. Hopefully, we can handle Easton Stick this weekend. Sam's got a whole Easton Stick parlay. He's gonna.
I do not. I do not. But I do know that in college he used to rush the ball a lot. So take with that info what you will. Why I know this information? Don't ask me why. But do with that information what you will. So next game for the Knicks is versus
The Bucks.
Wow. Already? Again? What the hell?
Yeah, it's going to be that 2-game series at home.
And that's on Saturday, right?
Yeah.
12:30. Yeesh.
Damn.
Early game on a Saturday in MSG. I could go. We either get smoked, like really badly, or we smoke them really badly. Like there's no in between there. It's not gonna be no close game. Those games never end up like that. But yeah, I mean, I
Knicks can have good things. This news is the foulest. You're definitely right.
There was a comment by Jordan Bubb that kind of addressed this game earlier.
Sam's definitely putting some kind of money with the Jets Commanders.
Oh hell no. Nope, that's burning money right there.
Clip it, he's gonna do it.
Next
Sam's
game,
gonna
Sam's-
do veto. Unders.
Unders. Said DeVito unders. Is it over? Is it
Yeah,
Jover?
it's been over.
Nah, this gonna be that one game that like screws up the tank. That's gonna get all the fans
Actually,
mad.
no, they might beat the Eagles. I'm not even gonna lie to you. They might beat the Eagles once.
Eagles been that buns lately.
Yes. Eagles just lost to Drew Lock. I think Tommy DeVito has a chance.
All right, so here's a comment by Jordan Bub earlier. He said, "Do you think Randall at the 5 can be a viable option against Milwaukee or Boston or Philly or Miami? What do you think of Randall at the 5 minutes tonight? Do you think Thibs will run that against the Bucks?"
No. You know, put Julius Randle against Giannis or Brook Lopez at the 5. Good
Sure.
luck. You're gonna put him against Bam Adebayo. You're gonna put him against fucking Kristaps Porzingis, dude. I'm sorry. I enjoy Julius Randle,
Julius is not locked in enough to be on those guys as
a defensive player.
frequent as
Yeah.
he would be playing at the 5.
They also have they don't have the wing defense to make it work. Like I love IQ, Grimes, and Hart, but that's like the only combination that makes that tenable, and it's not good.
And I mean with playing Randall at the 5 versus, I mean, yeah, we kind of already covered it. I mean, defensively, it's just not going to be the best option. Offensively, it might be a little bit better because it's more spacing. But that's not the biggest concern versus the team. It's defense. I'm just hoping that Milwaukee doesn't have the same insane shooting luck on the road, hopefully, in MSG that they did at home. Marjon Beauchamp, guys like that hitting a bunch of threes. So, yeah.
I don't see the Randall at the 5 thing being viable against either team right now. I guess against the Bucks both times anyway. Coming up here.
Yeah. It's gonna be a lot of Hartenstein versus Brook Lopez. All right. I think we will Hawkeye says they're going to be hitting 80% MSG. I don't know. I mean, we played them only at Milwaukee so far, and I trust that role players will not play as well on the road. But also, there's that thing where people hit a bunch of threes at MSG, anyways. So we'll see. But yeah, I mean, I think we're gonna end things off here as the Mitch news has kind of put a damper on the conversation a little bit.
It just sucks because they just had an awesome
game.
Yeah, they just awesome game after, and 2 awesome games. I thought the Lakers win was awesome too. So it just sucks that they saved this. Oh, you're having fun, huh? Fuck you.
Gut punch. Holy shit! What the hell are the Kings doing?
Yeah, this is a good this is the parlay.
Do the Kings need a superstar? They gave Domantas Sabonis $200 million. Do they need a superstar?
This is Hawkeye's right. I think this is the parlay.
Giannis 2 threes.
Yep.
I know he'll miss fucking 6 free throws and hit 3 threes.
Yeah, he always cashes at least 1 pull-up three against us. I could see 2.
Scott.
Whatever the line is, take the over.
Send him back. Get out of my country, Giannis.
Bro. Yeah, I'm gonna take Giannis for 2 threes. That's a good leg.
This is what it's like being a Jets fan. One going to kick in the nuts 5 times over. Actually, I believe it's a kick in the nuts 13 times over right now.
Then getting stomped on.
Yeah.
What good moment do Jets fans have?
I guess signing Aaron Rodgers was the good moment.
No, it's honestly the best one is what? Honestly, the legit best one is back-to-back AFC Championship games. That's so long ago now. It's tough.
Yeah, I was 10 years old when that happened.
Oh, they're actually pushing Bills drought territory at this point. That shit is brutal, bro. You know how fucking hard that was? I was like in college watching these games, and it's like it's fucking. I'm like, damn. I guess I just need to drink again today because it sucks.
40 seconds of Rodgers' debut. Exactly. You got 3 plays of Aaron Rodgers in a Jets jersey, and then he couldn't hold up anymore. But remember, he's going to be activated this week, so just know. The
whole Aaron Rodgers news cycle was absolutely insane this year.
Why did anybody believe that? He was just like, he's just like, yeah, no, I'm gonna do it. And then he'd like, but then like when people would actually ask him, he'd be like, no, I don't want to put like any product. That's just I'm like what? Like, dude, he tore his Achilles, and they like he's not coming back. And if he is, then he's fucking insane. Which, okay, I guess that's the reason you believe it. It just never seemed believable to me. It always seemed like a fucking weird Aaron Rodgers thing.
Definitely. Just a way to keep attention on him because he's a family.
Walt Clyde Frazier. The worst part might be the Knicks fan contingent demanding we tank. Yeah, well,
which brings up that great athletic
almighty 4th seed.
Yeah.
That great athletic article that talked about why tanking doesn't always work, i.e., look at the Pistons.
I just don't know, like this, like even with, like if you. How are you tanking? Like, so we should trade Hartenstein and then just like have
strip the team down.
Yeah, just like I don't know
strip
how
the team down to bare bones.
I'm just like I just don't understand how you go about doing it right now. Like, it's just like I don't know. You'd have to trade like so many dudes off this team and just
trade them for absolute dog shit. By the way,
he will prove modern medicine wrong.
What would have been funnier is if he went out there and then toured again.
Oh, I would laugh. I'm sorry. That'd be hilarious.
Remember when we tanked harder than ever and never got a top 2 pick? Those were good times.
Or Scream Man not returning.
Yeah.
JKX, do we still see the Knicks as a top 6 team after this Mitch news? I mean,
yes.
It depends on how they. Yes, and also it depends on how they bounce back from I guess because we can't go the whole season with Taj minutes. I love Taj, but he's gonna die out there.
Speak for yourself, dog. I'm trying to see Taj Gibson run the equivalent of the Manhattan to the Brooklyn Bridge on the court.
You're trying to kill poor Taj Gibson.
He said he was running it for 2 months. CBI.
That man's heart was about to fail in the first half. They probably gave him an IV at halftime. They gave that man an IV at halftime.
They gave him Bulko.
So spry.
They gave him Bulko. You saw that splash midi he hit. He's good.
Yo,
yeah. That first game where Hartenstein in foul trouble, and Todd's gonna play.
But see, this is why it matters, because you have to like Schwinn says, you have to get someone like a Kelly Olynyk to buffer this, so that way the Knicks are still a top 6 team without Mitch. You have to.
What about? I don't know if somebody responded to me, and I don't know if they're being joking or not. So the Clippers have Zubac, and then they signed Tice, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What about Mason Plumlee when he gets back?
I mean, they probably would just play Plumlee. I mean,
they're fucking. They've been great.
That'd be a weird ass conversation in the locker room. Hey, I'm sorry, I locked you up for 2 months.
Mitch ain't gonna be in the locker room, bro. He's gonna be in.
No, I'm talking about Randall.
Was it Randall?
Yeah, it was Randall.
I thought it was.
Hey, big dog. I'm sorry, I injured you.
To be fair, that was so obviously unintentional. Didn't Randall have another one that that people got really upset about?
Everything's looked at under a microscope with the Knicks now. We're all dirty from the Knicks.
There's definitely some real racist stuff that goes on with Julius's treatment.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Colorism?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, definitely.
If Julius was light skinned, does he get better treatment?
If Julius was light skinned, he would have been Tatum.
Everybody would be like, "Oh my god, he's so cute with this kid."
Oh my god, Aura. But now they're just like, "Oh my god, Ooga Booga Gorilla." Let's.
Ooga Booga.
Sad state of affairs for our great league.
To be fair, Julius just is so emotional sometimes. You're just like, dude, what is wrong with
Exactly.
you?
If he was light skinned and Julius was roasted, like, oh my
Look
god,
at
he's
him.
so passionate.
He's such a leader.
He's so passionate.
Mamba
That's
mentality.
It's like that's like what they used to do with Peyton and Tom Brady, right? They like yell at their teammates. They're like, "Oh, dude, he just fucking wants to win. He just fucking wants to win." Odell Beckham, is he a problem?
Terrell
Oh,
Owens. I don't know.
Guy's a diva.
Cooper Cup.
This is a
Take
fair
him to-
point. This is from jail. Playoff ceiling is a different story, but Mitchell's already going to be out until damn near March. Really doesn't change much for the regular season. Yeah, I think that's fair. But I think this also just confirms to them there's no way they can just like they have to bring in another center. Like they really can't be like, yeah, no, we're just good with Sims and Taj. Like, I'm sorry. And I actually think Sims as a backup would do a lot better than he's been doing with the starters. But like even then, if you want to be a serious playoff team, I think you need to upgrade there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they could also like use Sim salary for a trade as well. Like
this front office needs to seriously look in the mirror and think about scaling back. No, not going to happen.
Oh, one of our favorite comments.
Yeah. All right. I think EJ1 though has been pretty consistent. He doesn't think this team has good upside and doesn't think we're going anywhere. So I guess that genuinely would be consistent about the
Is this Isaiah Jackson of the Pacers?
anyway. Yeah. Can someone explain what's the Mitch news?
You're gonna be a Knicks soon, I guess.
congrats.
Well, I know details with the injury from Big Chino. I have no idea. I wish I could tell you. The Knicks are just weird with injuries, so I don't. It's like a black box. You're not going to get anything out of that thing.
Yeah, but assuming it's like a ankle fracture, maybe, or some shit like that. Maybe a Jones fracture.
That's a foot though.
Yeah, that's a foot. But yeah, it's probably some ankle fracture or some shit.
Sam trying to chat like he know anatomy. All right.
I never said I knew anatomy.
Said Jones fracture, dog. Come on.
Dog, I know it's somewhere near the fucking foot ankle area. It's
You'll say
somewhere
wrist
down
rank
there.
next.
Chris Bernhardt says the front office scales it back. People bitch about the wasted years. If they keep going, they'll bitch about that they weren't good enough. No one can ever be happy. Yeah, you can never please everyone. So, you just got to focus on, I think the front office just has to focus on, their plan.
Yeah, I don't know if I buy this. Hartenstein going to play his way to a deal we cannot afford this summer. Like this market for bigs, I feel like those deals are pretty much set. Like, I mean, look, maybe he plays at such an incredible level. Some teams will be like, holy shit, we got to fucking sign this guy. But starting centers, like, I mean, I'm genuine question. Like, do you think Hartenstein is 100% better than Onyeka Okongwu? And do you think that's a consensus opinion among front office execs? Because Okongwu got what, like 4 years, 60?
Yeah.
If I remember correctly. Mitch got 4 years, 60. I guess Pirtle would be the top end, 4 years, 80. I don't see him getting a Pirtle contract.
There's also no money in free agency.
Like, how many teams realistically are going to be willing to pay for a starting center right now and can afford a starting center? Not a lot. Like, I think the Knicks will keep Hartenstein because, like, where's the starting center spot in the league? Realistically, where's the starting center spot? There isn't.
They have early bird rights on him. They should be able to afford him for what?
Yeah, like they can give him like up to something like $16 million, so they're fine.
And that's just the starting salary for the first year, obviously.
Yeah, but like all the teams that might be able to afford him.
EJ1, Hartenstein will get exposed in a playoff series if he's starting. He literally was our best center in a playoff series last fucking year, and he played a shit ton of minutes against the Heat. So like, I don't know what is this whole like exposing thing. What's gonna happen? What is going to be exposed about Isaiah Hartenstein in the playoffs? Please explain that to me. I would love. Are we going to find out that he can't shoot threes? Actually, like what is going to be exposed about him? I'd love to know it. I don't know. I feel like he's pretty stable about the things he does. Yeah. Is he going to make one play every single game that you're like, are you fucking dumb? Probably. Yeah. We already knew that. He does that every game. I don't know what's going to get exposed about in a playoff series. I think what would probably get exposed is that the Knicks don't have a good backup center anymore, which, yeah, that's what would get exposed. I don't really get that one.
Jericho Sims playoff minutes, man. Oh, oh.
So I don't know. Anyway, we'll see. I mean, look, we're gonna who asked it earlier before we got the news that Mitch was out for the season. I forgot who it was. I'm not gonna scroll up right now, but we talked about it earlier about Hartenstein. Maybe he opens up the offense, or like he didn't even really say that. He just mentioned like, hey, watching us play, maybe Hartenstein should start. We'll have a pretty interesting. We'll have a large sample by the end of the season, anyway. Assuming, knock on wood, wherever, that nobody else gets injured. But we'll have a large sample of Randall with Hartenstein and that starting lineup with Hartenstein probably. So I'd be very curious to see how that plays out.
Yeah. All right. I think now here's a good place to end things. Shout out to everyone that came through. Shout out to everyone that's still here. 52 plus people. Make sure you guys leave a like and subscribe. On our way to 1K subs. We'll be back on Saturday. I probably won't be here. I'll be probably on a flight to Florida with my parents. So there's that.
Congratulations to Sam yet again.
I'm going on vacation with my family for Christmas. So
A blended family. We love it.
No. But yeah, make sure you guys tune in on Saturday after the Knicks first play the Bucks. Make sure you guys check out all the links in the description. Yeah. Peace.